Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Big Mike with you back again. And today is a little bit of a double dipski in the world of professional wrestling, as I not only review AEW's Double or Nothing, I will also predict the NWA's When Darkness Falls event. So let's get it started with the AEW review. First match on the pre-show, actually only match on the buy-in, was for the NWA Women's Championship as Serena Deeb takes on Riho. This is Riho's return match from her time in Japan where she was isolating, which is, because of the ongoing global bastard. It was a very good match. I'm going to say this time and time again. Serena Deeb is just one of those people who could probably have a match with a broom handle and it'll be 5 stars. This was a damn good showing with Riho trying to use her speed against the more finessey ground and pound of Serena Deeb. Deeb gets the win via submission. And still NWA Women's Champion. That'll be important for the predictions later. Next, first match on the main card, and it's a pretty big one, as it's Hangman Adam Page taking on Brian Cage of Team Taz. Team Taz has been asked to stay in the back, so it is mano a mano. And these two guys had some great chemistry, really building off their last matchup in which Brian Cage jumped Page pre-match. And this one was really good. It did end a little weird with Ricky Starks and Hook of Team Taz coming out, trying to interfere, ultimately distracting Brian Cage, which let Hangman Page pick up a win after the buckshot lariat. Another thumbs up for me. That was a damn good match. Next up for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, you have the Young Bucks defending against Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley. And boy, oh boy, this was a hype match. Right from the get-go, when Kingston and Moxley came out to Wild Thing, you had Eddie Kingston in a Bad News Bears jersey, which I loved. Still having the Young Bucks shoes that they stole from Dynamite weeks ago. It's great. It really built up that frustration in the Bucks that they're these preppy, high school kids. Let's call them that, because that's what they are. And they're kind of being bullied by Moxley and Kingston. And throughout the match, you had the usual interferences, Brandon Cutler, the Good Brothers. Eventually, it came down to, it looked like Moxley was about to take them both out, but then Don Callis came in, distracted Moxley a little bit. Super kick party. 1, 2, 3. And that is it. Still tag team champions, the Young Bucks. Now this match was pretty interesting because it was the Casino Battle Royal, in which the winner gets a future AEW World Heavyweight title shot. Now they did come out by suits in a deck of cards. So we had the clubs come out, Christian Cage, Matt Sydal, Hobbs, Dustin Rhodes, and then Max Caster with some fire rapping. That was great. First man out was obviously Caster, I believe. No, it was Sydal by Caster, and then Max shortly after that. Diamonds, you had Isaiah Cassidy, Matt Hardy, who waited a little bit for Preston Vance of the Dark Order. Join the Dark Order. Nick Camarado of the Factory, and Serpentico, who was a late addition who replaced... Who the heck was it? I want to say it was Bear Bronson, I think. No, it was QT Marshall. That's who it was. Hearts, we had Brian Pillman Jr., Griff Garrison, his tag team partner, Colt Cabana of the Dark Order, Anthony Bowens of the Factory, who replaced... Who the heck did he replace? I forget. Anthony Bowens, and then Penta Ozero, who is just fantastic. Got one of the biggest pops of the night. Came out in like Joker garb, which was really cool. And then coming the Spades, Jungle Boy, Teehee, Mark Quinn, Aaron Solo of the Factory, Evil Uno of the Dark Order, and Big Shotty Lee Johnson. And the Joker, who is someone I did not see coming, who maybe I probably should have. Former WWE Cruiserweight Champion, former MLW Middleweight Champion, the 25-year-old piece of gold, Leo Rush, who then got immediately dumped out by Matt Hardy. Now, the final three of this match was Jungle Boy, Christian Cage, and Matt Hardy. Now, Hardy tried to start a little alliance between Cage and himself. Got dumped right out by Cage. And what was left was... it was beautiful. Jungle Boy taking it on Christian Cage. And I do remember I picked Christian Cage for this. I should have originally gone with my heart on this, because Jungle Boy got the win. And one of the biggest pops of the night, because it's especially with his music now. I'm not going to sing it potentially due to copyright. That was a fun match. And Jungle Boy versus the winner of the world title match, gonna be a banger. Next up, we had USA versus Britain, Anthony Nagano versus Cody Rhodes. Personally, I was not really into this feud with the Factory versus the Nightmare Family. I didn't much care for it, and then they put in the whole USA versus Evil Foreigner thing. Not really my deal. Don't really need it in 2021. Cody came out in a Homelander outfit, in which Cody, little newsflash, he's the bad guy. So ultimately, Cody somehow outboxes Agano, which really, no. Cody wins after, I want to say, a DDT or something. It was a really simple move. And, Cody with the win. And I have no idea where they're going to go with this feud. So I kind of give it a thumbs down. It wasn't really my cup of tea. It was a okay match, but it wasn't my thing. Next up, we had a bit of save here between Miro and Lance Archer for the TNT title. Oh boy, these two guys slapped some real beef together, if you know what I mean. Archer doing his old school kind of flip thing off the ropes, which was really cool. During the match, Jake the Snake tried to bring Damien into the match, in which Miro got his hands on and yeet right out of the arena. Big kick to the back of the head. Accolade. submission. End of match. I do feel a little bad for Archer because I kind of wanted him to win, but it's a little too soon to be changing champions right now. Next up for the women's championship, in which last week on Dynamite they gave Hikaru Shida a brand new design title belt. Well, new design, they kind of increased the size of the old one, which was desperately needed. As Shida defends against Britt Baker in what was, I feel like, one of the better matches of the night. Like, it's easily top 3 of the night. They tore the house down. During the match, Rebel, who is Britt Baker's assistant, I guess, went to hit Shida with her crutch, which apparently is her new gimmick, ended up hitting Baker. Shida with a little roll up. 1, 2, 2. Which was a close call. Match ends by submission via lockjaw, which is a nasty looking move. And yeah, another win by submission. Dr. Britt Baker. And I really, 2 thumbs up for me. Next up, a tag team match playa as Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky challenge Darby Allin and Sting. So this is Sting's first real match in front of people in a couple of years. I want to say at least 8 or 9. Whenever the heck that buckle bomb by Rollins was. I really forget. That was a terrifying injury. Sting looked really good. He was bumping around. He looked like the Stinger of old when he was first in TNA. That was great. That was a lot of fun. Match finish came with Sky looking to hit a springboard cutter. Sting grabs the ropes. Scorpion Death Drop. 1, 2, 3. Sting and Darby won. I was kind of hoping Page and Sky would pick up the win here because I feel like they would have a little bit more to do. But I think overall, I think they're going to be okay because, I mean, it's Sting. How are you going to deny Sting a big win in front of people? So, thumbs up from me. Next up was a rush of a triple threat match for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, as Kenny Omega defends not only against the Bastard Pac, but freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. And boy, oh boy, was this match a banger. Shot for shot for shot on everybody. It was undescribable. If you haven't seen this match yet, go check it out. It is so good. Match ends via Don Callis distraction on Orange Cassidy, who has hit pretty much orange punches on both guys. Looks like he's going to get the pinfall for the win. Callis on the apron. Omega with the one-winged angel. 1, 2, 3. Retention for Omega, which I'm totally okay with because, you know, Hangman Page is going to be the one to dethrone him. Big old double thumbs up for me. That was a great match. And our main event, which kind of lit the air out of the tires a bit, but I still had fun with it. Stadium Stampede 2. Now, if you don't know what this is, it's a big old faction versus faction war as the Inner Circle take on the Pinnacle. And it took place in Jacksonville Jaguars football stadium because, you know, they've been filming in Daly's place for a year now. So they do have access to that stadium. Each guy went out. They kind of paired off. Jericho with MJF. Spears and Guevara. Hager and Wardlow. FTR and PNP. Santana and Ortiz. And they fought all over the damn stadium. It was great. Including seeing Coach Urban Meyer making a little cameo, which was great. I love that. Match ends. They fought pretty much all the way into Daly's place. You have Guevara and Spears in the ring. Spears sets up a chair in the bottom of the turnbuckle. Looks like he's going to squish Guevara's brains in. Guevara reverses it. Does it to him. Beautiful 450 off the top for the pin and the win for the Inner Circle. Personally, I would have them put the Pinnacle over, but, maybe we'll see one more match out of these guys. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Overall, very solid pay-per-view. Give it 2 thumbs up and a toe. I really enjoyed that pay-per-view. Oh, and lest we forget, another big old surprise, one I didn't see coming. The new color commentator for AEW's new show coming in August, Rampage, gets the commentator, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. Wow. That's a big old get for AEW. So that's it for the review. I'm going to give it a big old 2 thumbs up. Now it's time for predictions. If you will give me a moment. Okie dokie. No, I don't want that. Deuce. Hang on a second. Here we go. Nope. No, that's not it. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Sorry for the big delay. Alright, here we go. Here's the... Oh, god damn it. Alright, here we go. So this is the NWA, which has been on Fight TV for a little while now since they got back from their break due to the pandemic. This is their second pay-per-view. First one was Back for the Attack. I want to say it was a couple months ago. And it was a really fun time. So, match card goes as followed. First up, I believe, in a women's tag team match, we have Thunder Rosa. Yes, that Thunder Rosa. She works for both. And Melina, who's kind of been her mentor as of late on NWA, take on Taryn Terrell. I don't know if you remember her. She's a former Impact star. I believe she won the Knockouts title. At least once. Maybe. And the in-ring wrestling return of Kylie Rae. I am hyped for that. I love me a little Kylie Rae. She's just so positive and good and all that's right with the world. Sorry if it feels like I'm swooning, but that's how I feel. This match is a little tough to pick because I like both teams, but considering this is Kylie Rae's first match back on, in any promotion, really, I think I'm going to go with Rae and Terrell for this one. I think that's going to be a heck of a banger. Can't wait. Next up, a match that I'm surprised we haven't seen yet, especially in WWE. We have Fred Rasheer. If you don't remember him, he's former Darren Young who was in the Nexus and then was managed by Bob Backlund for a little bit in WWE, against one half of Crime Time, rest in peace, Shad Gaspard, JTG. I am really surprised the NWA could get JTG. I love him. He's such an underrated wrestler. I think JTG gets the win here. I think he has kind of earned the spot, and I'm ready for some more JTG. Next up, in a Four Corners tag team match, we have The End, which is a wrestlers Odinson and Taro, who are some big beefy boys. Sam Rudo and Sal Rinaldo. I believe I'm saying that right. Yeah, that's right. Taking on Marshall Rocket and Slice Boogie. Taking on Besta 666 and Mecha Wolf 450. These are some interesting names. It's going to be interesting to see how they do. I think here we're going to see The End win. Just because I love the look of these guys. They should have been number one contenders, months ago. Next up, in a non-title action, we have the current NWA TV champion, the Pope, who you might remember as Pope D'Angelo De Niro, or who the hell was he in WWE? I forget. Anyway, and he is going to face Tyrus, who I am also forgetting his WWE name, but he's a big dude. Considering this is non-title, I don't believe the time limit TV title thing will be in effect, so I believe Tyrus gets the win here. Sorry, Pope, but I do believe he is the next number one contender. Next up, for the NWA World Tag Team Championships, Aaron Stevens, who you might remember as Damien Sandow, and his hitman, JR Kratos, take on the War Kings. That would be Jack Stain and Crimson. Crimson, former Impact World Champion, I believe. He might have been Tag Team Champion only, actually. Take on Chris Adonis, who you might remember as Chris Masters, the Masterpiece, and his strictly business partner, Thomas Latimer, the former Impact Wrestling star, Bram. This is a tough one to call. Stevens and Kratos, although tag team champions, haven't exactly been seeing eye to eye lately. Neither have the War Kings, actually, come to think of it. So, I think we might see an Adonis-Latimer victory here. Yeah, I think we're going to do that, and we're going to see these tag teams break up, which is a shame, because I like those tag teams. Next up, we have Serena Deeb. Remember her? The NWA Women's Champion, taking on who I believe is her greatest challenge yet, Camille, who is the enforcer for not only Nick Aldis, but the rest of Strictly Business. She's been on a tear even since before the pandemic started. She gained a number one contendership over, was it Thunder Rosa or was it someone else? I think it was someone else. And she's been pretty much running all over the women's division. So I believe the idea is Camille is going to get the title. Concerning Serena Deeb is under contract to AEW. Although maybe they want to continue that partnership. I don't know. But I'm going to say Camille, who has been built up, will get this title shot. And our main event is a very interesting one. the street shooter, the leader of Strictly Business, the NWA World Champion, Nick Aldis, the former Magnus, takes on battling Trevor Murdoch. If you don't remember Trevor Murdoch, he had a very entertaining, although I believe short-lived tag team with partner Lance Cade, rest in peace. And dude's been fighting to get to Nick Aldis ever since the NWA got back, and it's been a ride. Like, I am fully behind Murdoch. I would really like him to win. I think Aldis gets this shot. Gets this done, though. Where that leaves for new challengers, I'm not sure. But I'm sure NWA will find someone. And that would be it for my predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed a bit of a longer video this week. I think it might be the same for next week, as it is. I will do my review of When Darkness Falls, and also I believe there is an Impact pay-per-view next week. So stay tuned for those. I hope you guys had a great day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.